Hey everyone, I'm Berrios from HalfKocked, and I am back. And for my first video of 2020, I'm going to be talking about the Netflix show The Witcher Season 1. So, overall, with all my fantasy experience, besides Game of Thrones, which you can see right there, which I am a huge fan of, I'm still very I'm still scratching the surface when it comes to everything fantasy. I have not played the Witcher video games. I have not read any of the books like some of my friends, and so I had no idea what to expect whenever I watched this show. Now, when it comes to watching this show, I thought it was very enjoyable. The fight scenes were amazing. The monsters were amazing. I really like Geralt, and the story that he's being portrayed in. It did have a little bit of issues, especially when it comes to their whole timeline. It's only an 8 episode arc, and I can, later, whenever there's more seasons, I can just chalk this up to being like a prologue into the main story. But we have three main characters that we're watching. We have Geralt, we have Yennefer, the mage who was a deformed cowhand who turned into a really powerful witch or magic user, or whichever the technical term is for this universe. And then Ciri, the Princess of Sintra. I don't know too much about her except that she has some kind of ability that has yet to really be explored, except for a couple of, whenever she's very emotional, her power gets exposed. So I don't know exactly what to think about her power and what she is yet, but so these three people are our main, the people that we focus on the most in the show. I had no idea. It was very confusing the first few episodes in, because I had no idea that it was a non-linear timeline, and I was just very confused because I was just like, there was some of the dialogue that was saying certain things when certain things had already happened. It was a little confusing, I will say that. I'm not a big fan of non-linear storylines, especially when you don't know it's that for half of the runtime. So with the non-linear storyline, it feels more like we're just getting a piece of these people's stories. And, for a first season, for something with as much lore as The Witcher has, because it has like 3 video games, a lot of books, and a big fan base before the show even came out. So I can understand where it's coming from, but for first time viewers, it was a little confusing, a little frustrating for me. Now, don't get me wrong, it was so the overall story was a bit jambled for my liking, but if you look at the little things, you look at the individuality. Geralt, I really liked watching his scenes the most. Him fighting monsters, kicking ass. Yasker the Bard, I thought he was really funny, and he was a very good comedic piece to add on to Geralt, because Geralt is really an emotionless character. He doesn't really show emotion, so it was fun to see Yasker tag along with him for certain parts of the season. And then we had a bit of a love interest with Yennefer and Geralt, and it seemed like that got brushed over pretty quickly. They get together one episode, and then the next episode they're like, oh, I don't want to see you again. So really weird, especially whenever these are two of the main characters of the show that is portraying to you. So I thought that was I was like, alright, that went by really quick. But, as the show keeps saying, your destinies are intertwined. So everything is going to come together, and I'm assuming that season 2. Let me back up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm completely overlooked this part. So in the very first episode, Ciri, her home is invaded by Nilfgaard. I don't know if it's elves or anything like that. I just know it's called Nilfgaard, and they hate Sintra. They attack Sintra, and Ciri is sought off to find Geralt of Rivia because he'll protect her for some reason that we don't know until like 3 episodes later. Same 3 episodes later, we find out that the person that tasked Ciri to find Geralt doesn't like Geralt. It was confusing to say the least. A lot of mixed emotions when it comes to certain people over certain episodes, and it just keeps changing. So anyway, Ciri's arc throughout the entire show is her running from this imposing threat that is coming to get her, trying to find Geralt. Geralt not really looking whenever, during his episodes, and we come to find out in the last couple episodes, Geralt is like, I need to find this child. And it's literally the last moment of the season that they finally see each other. And it was like awesome. They finally found each other. Now the story can actually it's over. Season 2 doesn't come out till 2021. Fuck. So anyway, like I said in the beginning, it feels more like a prologue than an actual story. It feels like you're getting to know these characters, you're getting to know kind of what's going on. It's because to chalk this down as a season with actual plot and actual story development and all that stuff, I'd have to give it a bad grade. But I mean, I really enjoyed my time watching this season or the series with because like I said, the action's fun, Geralt's fun. Yeah, it's hard. It was hard to put down. I binged it. I had no idea what to expect when I watched it, and I watched the first episode and I'm like, fuck, I want more. So, I mean, it might not be for everybody, and I can understand that. And I have this weird obsession with Netflix shows that I like to wait until there's a few seasons on there to start watching. Like, I know Stranger Things is like one of the big shows on Netflix, and I have yet to start it because I'm just like, I don't feel like 3 seasons is enough. I don't want to sit there and wait for a year, and I don't know. I'm very weird when it comes to that. Like, I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy until like the 7th season was premiering on FX, and then I binged the first 6 seasons, and then I watched season 7 as it premiered, which was really weird, because I was just like, man, I went through all this emotion, all this roller coaster, and now it's over. And yeah, it was weird. Yeah, but that's just like how I like to do things. I need to change that because I don't like them. I don't like that part of myself. But anyway, I feel like The Witcher would be a good show for that if you start off in a few years or after a couple seasons have dropped. That way you can get the prologue out of the way and you can focus on the main story. I have no idea if season 2 and up is going to act like an actual plot or if it's going to act exactly like season 1. But I can only hope, because season 1 just felt like a prologue to me, which is fine. It's okay. It was just a little confusing and it was a little deprived. So here's to hoping that season 2 is nothing but awesomeness, because I really enjoyed season 1. I don't feel like it's going to be one of those shows that gets canceled after season 2 or 3. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that's going to be really good and it's going to keep us engaged, because I really want that in the show, especially on Netflix. So yeah. Anyway, what would I give this? Out of 6 stars, with all the problems it had, I'd say I give it about debating between a 4 and a 4.5. So I'll give it a 4.5 because I really enjoyed the fighting. I really enjoyed Geralt. He's a brand new character to me, and I really feel like Henry Cavill just fucking nailed it and knocked it out of the park. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. I can't wait for more. I really can't. And that's all I have to say on The Witcher. So if you like this video, please leave a like down below. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought about The Witcher on Netflix. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Follow us on social medias. We got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I need to revive those as well because they're all dead, just like this channel, because I'm a failure. But anyway, I'm Barner from HalfKocked, and I'll see you on the next video.